Islam Makhachev terrifies the welterweight division, and Joe Rogan knows exactly why. He calls Islam a monster who's so hard to beat and as good as it gets. But here's what's really scary. Islam isn't just dominating lightweights anymore. He's moving up, and welterweight champions are already running scared. Here's why they should be.
Islam Makhachev must have the most incredible squeeze. His squeeze must be out of this world, because you see how quick Charles tapped once.
But let's not pretend this is just another fighter moving up weight classes. Islam Makhachev has systematically destroyed the lightweight division's greatest legends. Charles Oliveira, the submission king with the most finishes in UFC history, Islam choked him out in round 2. Alexander Volkanovski, the pound-for-pound king who seemed untouchable, Islam knocked him unconscious with a head kick that left him flat on the canvas. Dustin Poirier, the battle-tested veteran who survived wars with everyone, Islam submitted him in the 5th round when it mattered most. And Joe Rogan has been warning us about this for years. When Rogan interviews Islam in the cage, he's always asking the same question. How are you 155 pounds? Because Islam looks like he belongs at welterweight already. Rogan calls him thick with a giant back and says he's about as big as you can get while still making that weight cut.
Like Islam Makhachev is huge. I mean, that guy, how he makes 155 is, I don't understand it. Every time I stand next to him, like, how are you 155?
How much do you think he walks around?
He's got to be 190-ish, in the 190 range. He's got to be. That's what he looks like to me.
I never saw him in a person.
Yeah, he's thick. He's thick and big. I mean, he's not he's not a 155-pound man.
Here's the terrifying reality. Islam has been fighting at a size advantage his entire lightweight reign. He's been suffocating and overpowering fighters while cutting massive amounts of weight. But what happens when he doesn't have to cut anymore? What happens when Islam Makhachev steps into the welterweight division at his natural walking weight with all that strength and leverage that Rogan keeps talking about? But here's where it gets controversial. Some people actually believe Islam Makhachev is better than Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yeah, you heard that right. Better than the undefeated legend himself. And honestly, they might have a point. Khabib's former training partners have said that Islam was the only person who could give Khabib trouble in sparring. He was the only one winning rounds against the Eagle. But here's what makes Islam even more dangerous. He's evolved into something Khabib never was, a complete striker.
I don't think there's been anybody, in my opinion, better than Khabib. I still don't. Islam Makhachev, in my opinion, can do more than any lightweight I've ever seen. He's good on the ground. He's good on throws. He's good at kicking. He's good on boxing. He's good on defense. He's got great mental IQ. The guy's got it all, as far as the attributes of a great fighter that has all the tools. Khabib didn't. He did not have great kicking. Okay? He did not.
Sure.
Khabib didn't have great defense. Okay? Khabib was the best at taking you down. He was a master at taking you down and controlling you on the ground. But Islam has overall more tools than I've seen anybody ever.
Remember,
Also, the way he set it up, he kept kicking to the body. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think people just assume that all he's going to do is wrestle. But then when you see him go in there and outstrike somebody, he even boxed with Poirier.
Yeah.
He has some really good hands in there with him.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh wait, he can strike too.
and that's exactly what terrifies welterweights. They're used to game planning for specialists, wrestling heavy guys who struggle on the feet, strikers who fold under grappling pressure. But Islam, there's no weakness to exploit, no area where you have the advantage. Joe Rogan said it perfectly. Islam is the most complete fighter on the roster.
He can do everything. He's as good as it gets. He's as good as it gets. He's the most complete fighter on the roster because he submits people. Like he submitted Poirier in the final round.
Yeah.
Incredible submission. But he was winning that.
Jack Della Maddalena just became the new welterweight champion, and he's already being targeted by Islam. But here's the scary part for Jack. Islam's first time at 170 means he'll be stronger, faster, and more explosive than he's ever been. No more brutal weight cuts. No more fighting depleted. Just pure, terrifying skill at his natural weight. But if you think Islam's lightweight dominance was impressive, Wait until you see what he's planning for welterweight. Because this isn't just about moving up a weight class. This is about rewriting UFC history. And the path to becoming a double champion just got a whole lot clearer. Here's what's about to unfold, and why every welterweight should be losing sleep over it. Islam Makhachev is about to become the most dangerous double champion in UFC history, and here's exactly how it's going to happen. The stars have aligned perfectly. Jack Della Maddalena just defeated Belal Muhammad to become the new welterweight champion, and Islam immediately announced his move up. This wasn't coincidence. Islam specifically waited for this moment. He refused to fight Belal because of their personal connection and training ties. But now, the gloves are off. And this is where it gets terrifying for every welterweight. Islam isn't just moving up. He's moving up at the absolute peak of his powers. 15-fight win streak. Most lightweight title defenses since Khabib. He's finished pound for pound number 1, 2, and 3 ranked fighters. He knocked out Volkanovski when no one had ever even dropped him before. He submitted Charles Oliveira when everyone said Oliveira's jiu-jitsu was untouchable. But here's the nightmare scenario for Jack Della Maddalena and every other welterweight. Islam is bringing all of that devastating skill set to 170. But now he'll be bigger, stronger, and more explosive than ever. No more cutting from 180 down to 155. No more fighting depleted and drained. This is Islam Makhachev at his natural walking weight, with that giant back and leverage that Joe Rogan keeps talking about.
Islam looked like Michelangelo sculpted.
He's so big. He's so strong, so good.
What does he weigh?
Think about what he did to lightweight legends while undersized. Now imagine him doing it to welterweights while being the bigger man. It's not just scary, it's inevitable dominance waiting to happen. So why does Islam Makhachev terrify the welterweight division? Because he represents something we've never seen before. A fighter with zero weaknesses moving into his optimal weight class. Look at the evidence. Every elite lightweight who faced Islam had the same game plan going in. Exploit his striking, avoid the takedowns, keep it standing. But Islam evolved. He started knocking people out on the feet. The Volkanovski head kick wasn't a fluke, it was evolution. He outboxed Dustin Poirier, one of the best strikers in the sport, before choking him out in round 5. Here's my honest take. Welterweights aren't ready for this. They're used to fighting specialists, wrestlers who can't strike, strikers who can't grapple. But Islam is the complete package, and at 170, he finally won't have the size advantage he's had before.
Makhachev is so good. He's so good that he head kicked Alexander Volkanovski in the rematch. He submits everybody. He submitted Dustin Poirier. He's a monster. When he gets guys on the ground, he just crushes them. And you could argue that he's dealing with a deeper talent pool. So his weight class is, in my opinion, the most talent-rich weight pool in the sport. 155 pounds is filled with assassins.
Jack Della Maddalena is a fantastic boxer with clean technique and killer instinct. But boxing won't save you when Islam decides to take you down. And his takedown defense, it's never been tested by someone with Islam's level of grappling, combined with that natural size advantage. The scary truth is that Islam Makhachev isn't just moving up to welterweight. He's about to show an entire division what true dominance looks like. And based on what he did to the most talent-rich division in the sport, while cutting massive weight, welterweights should be absolutely terrified of what's coming their way. And that's exactly why Islam Makhachev terrifies the welterweight division. It's not just his skills, it's the perfect storm of timing, evolution, and natural advantages all coming together at once. We're about to witness something special. A fighter entering his prime weight class with championship-level experience and zero weaknesses to exploit. The welterweight division has been warned. Joe Rogan has been telling us for years that Islam looks too big for lightweight. Now we're about to find out what happens when that size advantage flips not so much in his favor. Jack Della Maddalena might be undefeated, but he's never faced anything like this Dagestani nightmare. What do you think? Is Islam about to dominate welterweight the same way he destroyed lightweight? Or does someone at 170 have what it takes to stop the Makhachev takeover? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see who you think can handle this level of dominance. If this breakdown opened your eyes to just how dangerous Islam really is, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into what makes these elite fighters tick. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next in this welterweight invasion. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, where we break down exactly how Islam's first welterweight fight is going to unfold.